Welcome all of you to my presentation on database connection and using the other SQL queries with Python. Last day we discussed about inserting data into the database table, which you would have understood. Now today we'll discuss about how to use a select statement, particularly for doing two jobs. One, to select any one of the statement according to a condition, or you are going to retrieve all those data that is available, for example, to generate a report. So how do we do this? Let's first see the let me first show you the database. I have created a database named as sample. This is a sample database. Here I have created a table which contains the structure like this: the e number, e name, e phone, and email. Let me collect a record based on the e number. So how do we do this in Python? We'll write a Python program to retrieve the name of a particular number. So to do that, let me go to Python and let me go for file and new file. Let me go for my first thing to do is the import statement. Import what we are mysql.connector. The connector should be first. So mysql.connector is done. Then the database connection, let me name it as mydb, and it is mysql.connector.connect. This is a method. Now let me open this. Now we are supposed to give the host name, username, password, and database. Let me give the host as localhost. Then the username. The user is the root, which will give all privileges. The password, for a root there is no password, so let me put a blank password. Then you have the database. Database, as I told, it's going to, the name is going to be sample. So let us have the sample database. Now let me close this. This is the first part. Now you have to use a cursor. My cursor should be used, or cursor. Let me name it as cursor itself. Cursor. Simply a cursor is enough. So cursor equals from the database mydb, that's the connection, dot cursor. So dot cursor, this should be used for opening a cursor. Now let me collect. I want to collect the number. So e number is the one what I'm going to collect. E number equals. So let me go for e number equals, say it's an integer. E number is in, so integer followed by the input. The input command. Input, what we are going to ask the user to enter the search key. Let us have it like this. So let me close both the open brackets. So that is, so this will be storing in e number. Let us have it as e number 1, because we have doesn't matter, we have the same thing in the database table as e number column attribute. So that is why I named it as e number 1. Let it be like that. Doesn't matter even if you have e number. Now next is to write the query. So let me write the query. Query equals, so I am going to use a select statement. Be like select e name is the what I want. E name from the table was sample table. The sample table followed by select e name from sample table where. What do I collect? Where e number. E number is the one what we have in the database table named sample table. E number equals, let me put this as %d. Yes, percentage, because being an integer. And from where we are to collect, we are assigning a value to e number from e number 1 as declared. So it should be percentage again, the percentage, and followed by the e number 1 number. Now this is going to assign a value to the select query here. So that is also done. Next thing to do is to execute this query. For execution, so we have a cursor dot execute. What are we going to execute? This query. execute what? The query here. So let me put the query here, cursor dot execute of query. Now this will execute. After that, let me, because this query is going to return only one value, let us use, there are two methods. You can use fetch one or fetch all. In this case, I am going to use fetch one. So cursor dot, because there is only one record that will be retrieved, fetch one. And this is the fetch one function, cursor dot fetch one. After that, let me go for the cursor dot fetch one should be stored in a variable so that we can collect, because there will be number of records. So let me name it as ename itself. Ename equals my cursor dot fetch one. After this, let me go for a for statement, because we have number of things in number of tuples in this sample table. From this number of tuples, you have to select, you are supposed to select only one. So let me ename in enames. So let me rename this ename as enames. From enames, I am fetching only one name. So from ename, for ename in names, I am going to print. What I am going to print? Print the ename that is fetched. So this is the program what is going to fetch. Let me just save this file, save. Let me save it as example select column, because only one column, any name you can have. Let me save and let me just run the option. Let's see if it runs or not. There is an invalid syntax. It is not user. Let me name it as username. Now let me run this again. Again there is an invalid syntax. Okay, I didn't put this comma after this. So let me put the comma after everything. 1, 2 and 3. So let me save this again. File and save. Let me run it again. There's invalid syntax again, so I didn't put the colon. So let me save again, file and save. Let me run again. Now this is run. So from the, we have, what are the data we have in the sample table? We have 1 and 55. Let me go for 55 or say 1. Search key is 1. So is it printing Jyotish? Now this is the program for searching for one column from the number of tuples there. Only one row from the number of tables. Let me close this. We can have a small change in this program for making some changes like select column. This is the one what we did right now. So there is if you want to execute all the records. So now there is no need of this e number 1. Let me delete this, because we want to print select ename from sample table. There is no need of where condition. Select star from select. I will put select star, so that let me print everything what is there in the records. Okay, select star from table. There is no need of e number 1. Select star from table, cursor at execute, and records, sorry, cursor at execute, then e. I am going to change a few things here. Now instead of fetch one, let me have it as fetch all, so that it's not one record now. I am going to fetch all of it. Now for after fetch or for ename in, what was that? For, let me put it simply as for all. For all in enames, print all. Let me save this file and save. Let us see if it can be executed or not. It is executed. Now you are seeing both the rows being displayed here. There were 2 rows there as I showed. I will display it again. There were 2 rows like this, 1 Jyotish and 55 Sam, and both the records now you are able to see also. Hope you have understood how to use a select statement with a Python program. I have showed you two programs today, two operations with select. One to select any one of the tuple, or to print everything. For example, if you are going to generate a report, then you may go for this operation as well. Hope you liked my presentation. Hope things are clear with you regarding the select operation. In our next meeting, we will try to have other applications, say using the update, delete and all we will be discussing in our coming classes. Hope you understood. If you really like it, please give me a like and do subscribe for my channel. Thank you all. Thank you for your patient listening. Thank you for spending your time for being with me for so long a time. Thank you. Thank you all.